Now we've been back a few months, we wanted to sit down and decide, would we actually go back to Albufeira next year? Short answer, yes, but with some hesitation. Based on what we know now, it's not really a yes or no answer. The honest answer is a little bit more interesting than just yes. There's one thing that bothered me a little bit since coming back and thinking about the holiday. Albufeira did the one job that we needed it to do. We were all relaxed, nobody was stressed, and our son was happy. And for me, a chance to fully switch off is very rare. A lot of places we've been to just can't do that. But there are two things. One thing that would make us book again without a second thought, and one thing that would definitely stop us. So the thing that would make us book again without hesitation is definitely the beaches. We went to a few of them, but to be honest, we missed a lot more. You can never see everything in just 1 week. Praia dos Pescadores, right by the old town, was decent. There's a bar and restaurant on the beach which is fantastic, but it does get very busy in summer. Praia dos Olhos de Agua was smaller and calmer, more of a village feel, but still very much a holiday resort beach. Praia de Felicia was definitely my favourite and one that I'd actually recommend. A little further out, but well worth it. 6 kilometres of golden sand under tall cliffs, and because it's so long, it never feels crowded. You are limited on bars and restaurants. There's only one, but it is decent, but if you want a proper selection, you might be disappointed. So the beaches alone are one of the reasons why we'd go back, and if we did, we'd definitely stay at the Patio Suite Hotel again, though there is a trade-off to that, and it's actually tied to the thing that nearly put us off. So the thing that nearly put us off going back is the nightlife. We knew going in that the strip was loud, commercialized, and very party focused. Old Town was supposed to be calmer and more family friendly, but coming back, quite a few people have told us Old Town just isn't really like that anymore, and that it's drifting closer to the strip at night. The hotel that we stayed in was fantastic. Because it was further out, we couldn't get into the local town in the evenings as much as we usually do. And if I'm honest though, it's not really about the hotel or even the strip specifically, it's the town itself. Unlike other places we've been to, Calidore for example, Albufeira just didn't have the same feeling for us. It just felt like a very British holiday resort. Lots of loud music and drinking, not much sense of tradition. If that sounds exactly what you want from a family holiday, it's just a different holiday to what we would have, and knowing which kind you actually want before you book is what saves you the disappointment that we're talking about here. This is the kind of thing that you only find out after the fact, which is exactly why we make these videos. If that's useful to you, it's definitely worth subscribing, because we do this same honest breakdown for every destination that we go to. We'd love to go back to Portugal though, somewhere like Lagos, and from what we've seen since coming back, it feels more traditional, more the kind of thing that we're actually looking for. I mean, there are a few things that we would do differently. We ate at the hotel every single night. I mean, our son was happy every night, we were relaxed, there was zero effort. It's just the one thing looking back that we'd actually change, because we missed out on the old town in the evening completely, and that's the bit that people mix up. This isn't a list of reasons not to go back, it's the list that makes the next trip even better. We'd still recommend going for dinner in the old town, but based on what people have told us since, we'd definitely stick to early evening if you're going as a family rather than later on. Same story with the day trips, they were brilliant. We did 2, Seville and the boat trip, both excellent and would recommend them. But the week filled up with beach days and we just stopped booking anything else. If you're planning a trip to Albufeira and need a hand, we've created an Albufeira travel guide. It covers the area, common phrases, a budget tracker, and 9 itineraries depending on the type of holiday that you're actually looking for. Scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the comments. So obviously back to the question, would we actually go back? To Portugal, yes, without a question. The beaches alone are worth it, and it's an easy, relaxed flight for the family that just needs to switch off. To Albufeira specifically, now that's the hesitation from the start of this video. Probably not our first choice the next time, not because anything specifically went wrong, but because it gave us a very specific kind of holiday and it turns out that it's not quite the one that we're after. That's not me telling you to skip Albufeira. If a lively, sociable resort is what you're after, it does that brilliantly and your family will love it for exactly what it is. We just came back wanting something a bit different next time, and that's a useful thing to know about yourself before you book. If we went back back to Portugal for the same kind of trip, we'd generally look into Lagos first, somewhere with a little bit more of its own character rather than the strip built around the nightlife. If you're interested to know things that are worth knowing before actually going to Albufeira, then check out this 15 things that I wish I knew before going, or check out our entire playlist of Albufeira videos. It covers things like hotel reviews, how much it actually cost us, and mistakes that we made whilst we were actually there.